Hello, hello.
Hello, hi everyone, and welcome back to Antas Solutions for another sharing session. Thank you for joining us. So, for those who are considering what platform to use, what online marketplace to use, and you are choosing between Shopee and Lazada, today we will be discussing the differences of those two. Which is better for a seller?
Yes. We're going to cover just a few main things, like in terms of fee structure, in terms of traffic, in terms of logistics, delivery partners, as well as basically customer service. How much support does the seller get when they actually join the platform, right? E-commerce has been booming, right? For the past 5 years, I think it's really, really grown. And because of the pandemic, a lot of people might have actually tried, a lot of people are exploring the new option of selling things online. Obviously because of lockdown, so a lot of retailers were badly hit, and they went to marketplaces like Shopee and Lazada, because sometimes building their own website from scratch is a bit longer, right? So with the marketplaces which are already there, ready for use, and they're not even charging for sellers to be present, that is a big okay for new sellers, you know. So just a bit of news, because yesterday was 11/11. I didn't shop. Did you shop?
Just you me? I
Yeah.
didn't shop. I didn't shop
I
at
did.
all.
I did not want to even go into the app because I knew there would be offers that are crazily attractive, that things I don't need, I would think I need. So yeah, I banned myself from going in it. But if you are a seller, and if I think yesterday would have been a really good day for you. Thank you for joining us today. Just to recap for you who are just joining us, we are going to cover whether you should be on Lazada, should be on Shopee. It's up to you, okay? So actually, in 2020, Lazada surpassed its 11/11 shopping festival record. So yesterday's one, we don't know how it's like. They have over 40 million users and 400,000 sellers participating in the one-day sale across the region. So over 8,000 sellers, many of which were SMEs, made more than 41,600 ringgit within that 24-hour period. So a lot of new companies who have gone into this platform are really benefiting from it. So okay, let's just go into this. All right. So you can see this slide. This is a very cute image that I found from Lone Street. And it's always these two, right? These two big giants fighting with each other. And I'm going to show you the same things that they have in common would be that no sellers need to pay to join to set up an account. And if orders get cancelled, if they're not shipped in 2 working days. So they are very strict in terms of delivering products to their customers in a very short period of time. Okay, these are the two common things, but what are the other differences? Okay, so if you look at the statistics over here, you'll be able to see this is the monthly traffic for every month, you know, in 1,000 clicks. So Shopee is actually leading the pack. They have really caught up with Lazada in the past 3 years. They're very aggressive in terms of marketing, and in terms of partnerships. And if you have not heard, Shopee is also now working with Booking.com and Agoda for your travel arrangements. That means you can book hotels through the Shopee app as well. So you can see that they're very, very innovative. They're thinking of other ways of getting out there in front of their customers, right? And the differentiation is, we've always seen that Shopee wants their customers to be entertained. They work with a lot of KOLs, a lot of entertainers and influencers and things like that. And they have this Shopee Live marathons, where they encourage their sellers to go live on Shopee. Whereas Lazada is trying to embark more on AI powered search. Okay, so they're working on getting your brand in front of the customers based on their product search, based on their shopping habits and things like that. Okay, but recently Lazada has also become very aggressive in terms of entertainment. So they're both following TikTok, I guess. Edutainment is something that everybody wants to be part of. So yesterday I didn't catch the concerts because I'm quite antisocial even online. So they had a super show. They invited K-pop group 17 and a bunch of Malaysian celebrities to celebrate 11/11, and they broadcast it from the PWTC World Trade Center KL, and it was live streamed on YouTube, TV3's YouTube, and also last live streaming app. So I don't know whether you know these hosts, Haziq Husni and Sean Lee, Sarah.
I know Sean.
You know Sean. Yeah, and they also had Nur Faiza, Wani Hasrita, and Usop. Of course, not to be defeated would be Shopee's concert. Um, they had it on. They had it yesterday. So they had Datuk Sri Siti Nurhaliza with a bunch of other celebrities as well. So you can see that they are not just focusing on selling. They are entertaining buyers, right? So, okay, so that's the edutainment part. Then what about commission fees and things like that? So this is what Lazada is charging. They charge 2% fee for the products that are bought. So they don't charge upfront. They charge you when the customer actually buys, and then they also charge 6% SST, right? So there's no fixed fee, there's no listing fee, there's no hidden cost. But of course, if you want to be seen, they usually have marketing campaigns that you can be part of, like for example, the 11/11. And usually you need to ensure that you have enough stocks in your store to take part in this campaign. They also have, because they have analytics, right? So they will show you which products have been selling well for you, maybe for a short for the past few weeks, and then they will actually recommend products that will work best during these campaigns. Okay, and for Shopee, Shopee Mall sellers pay 3 to 5% commissions, while overseas sellers pay 5 to 6% commissions. So why the differentiation? Why the different fees for the different types of sellers? Basically, it's because for preferred sellers and preferred plus sellers, they enjoy more benefits. For example, they have a higher buyer confidence when they have the label there, preferred. Usually when I shop on Shopee, I also try to look out for all these labels, so I know that they are credible. They also boost search listings, and they have search filters to increase visibility. Preferred Plus sellers will also enjoy up to 15% on Shopee ad credits each week when they top up. Okay. In terms of when you will get paid, we as sellers, we always have to turn around our cash flow, right? We and what Lazada does is that they pay out on a weekly basis. So that means for a sale that was done last week, they'll pay you the following Monday, right? It used to be Wednesdays, but they've changed it to Monday. And then for Shopee, they pay you within 2 to 3 days once the buyer has paid for the product. Usually, the money is released when the customer receives the product in hand, right? So when I buy, I also when I click received, that's when the seller gets paid 2 to 3 days after. What about logistics? So in terms of Lazada, these are some of their partners. They have LEL Express, they have Post Laju, they have GDEX, they have Ninja Van, EBX, and then they also work with Skynet and the Lorry. So what are the difference between these partners would be the difference between delivery time. So you can see over here, LEL, Express, Post Laju, GDEX, Ninja Van, and ABX, they usually deliver between 2 to 6 days on normal days. And if you use Skynet or the Lorry, it will be also 2 to 6 days on normal days. And you can actually opt for Grab, which, Grab Express, the express delivery. So you'll be getting your product within 5 hours, right? So the customer gets to choose whichever option they want to use. For Shopee, these are also partners, similar partners. And they have CityLink. That's the only difference, I think. Within Malaysia, East Malaysia, it's usually 1 to 7 days. East Malaysia to East Malaysia. If it's East Malaysia to West Malaysia, same. It's 1 to 7 days. If it's West Malaysia to East Malaysia, it's a bit longer, 1 to 7 days. But if it's within West Malaysia, it's 1 to 3 days. So when we're talking about days, it's usually working days, right? Doesn't include public holidays, doesn't include weekends, right? In terms of customer service, live chats are available on both, but Lazada does not have a phone line, making it a bit difficult when there are issues that customers face or even sellers face. Okay. On the other hand, Shopee has a customer service phone number that's open from Sunday to Monday 8 p.m. Sunday to Monday 8 p.m. and to Sunday 10 p.m. But actually, because of 11/11, Lazada has this new chat service which is available 24 hours, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Sunday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then because of the live sale, they had a special extension live chat, right? So that's how important it was to make sure that everybody's happy during the sales. Okay. When it comes to returns and refunds, both platforms have similar refund policies. So return items can be processed when the return warehouse receives the item and has gone through a quality check. For Shopee, it takes 3 to 7 days, but for Lazada, it's a bit longer, 7 to 14 days. All things considered, both platforms offer the direct communication between the seller and buyer, so that in case there's a dispute, it's always, the buyers can directly chat within the app to the seller, right? Okay. And then when it comes to learning how to use the platforms, both of them have education hub. So they have videos, they have PDF downloads, they have live classes, and if you cannot catch the live, there's usually a recording that you can watch later. So Lazada provides step-by-step guides to start on selling on Lazada. They have free webinars. They also have paid services. There are agencies out there which train sellers how to sell on these platforms, because sometimes you don't have time to learn. There are also agencies which help to set up everything for you, and then when it's ready, you just sell. Okay. On the other hand, Shopee is considering seller education on a more serious note. They teach more about logistics, they teach about live streaming, they teach about advertising, managing your finances, doing your marketing campaigns, and more webinars and more actionable tips. There are masterclasses which enables sellers to learn from those who have boosted sales during Shopee Live. Okay, so they bring in existing sellers who are doing well, and they have these sellers share their experiences with newbies. Right? So yeah, I guess that's just the differences between the two platforms. I should think it's really up to you which ones you feel comfortable to be in. Um, for me, I have actually tried selling on both platforms, not directly uploading my products, but I do drop shipping. And I feel like I use Kumo 10. So Kumo 10 is, wait, let me add you to the stream, Sarah, so I'm not so lonely up here. So Kumo 10, it makes it easier for people like me who I don't have physical products in hand. Like Kumo 10 actually
Yeah,
helps to bring
dropshipping.
in dropshipping. So Kumoten brings in the products from China, and then you have a Kumoten store. When I joined, it was free, but I think now they have a subscription basis, so that you're always active on the platform. So what happens is that you set up your Kumoten store, you bring in the things that you want. You don't have to bring in everything not related to what you like. So usually they have home products, they have beauty products, they have fashion products, electronics, whatever you're comfortable with, and then you have to sync in into your Lazada or Shopee shop. So they teach you how to do that. Usually it's a paid training to learn how to sync everything. And then they have packages where there's automated syncing, which not SINKING, but SYNC. So you don't sync, but you can sync your products easily with just a click of a button, right? So the pros and cons of drop shipping is that the pros would be you don't have to have stocks with you. You don't have to worry about inventory. You don't have to worry about actually shipping the products to your customers. Yes, exactly, logistics, because everything is pre-arranged. Once it's synced to Lazada and you get, or Lazada or Shopee, right? Once you get an order in, once you have credit in the Kumoten account, it will automatically arrange everything for you. But if you don't have enough credit, then it will prompt you, oh, you need to top up, for example. And if you somehow don't have stocks in hand, sometimes this happens, um, it's available in Lazada or Shopee, but it's not available in Kumoten. And as a seller, I've faced this 3 times. It is frustrating as a seller. I'm sure it's even more frustrating for the buyer. So it's very important when you're drop shipping, to find the right drop shipping company to work with you, to ensure that there's always stocks whenever when it's synced already, there should be enough stocks for both sides.
But how to make sure? How would you know?
We don't know until we get the notification from the buyer, and then it will just like, oh, we don't have stocks, and then what would you like to do next? So the next step would be to find an alternative product which is similar to what the buyer wanted. So you can tell the supplier, oops, we don't have this anymore. Would you like to consider an alternative product? Or would you like to cancel?
So you won't get a notification before that.
No,
so you won't
get that. So that's the cons of it. But maybe that's just Kumoten. I've not tried other drop shipping companies, but I understand if you are looking at drop shipping, there is Squarespace, which is a website. You can check it out. They partner with drop shippers from China and I think from the US as well. Squarespace, yeah. So if you want to ship to Amazon, for example, you can do drop shipping, because having your own products when you're just trying to sell online can be quite scary. You don't have the money to spend on inventory. You don't have the knowledge to know which logistics partners to work with in the US. So working with drop shipping companies like this help. Yeah, so I think that's all, Sarah, actually, that I wanted to compare between these two platforms. I think it's really up to you. You need to just play around with blog platforms because it's free. Now is a great time. Use 1 more month to go, so maybe you can try to go for your 12/12 sales if you're just trying it out.
As usual, if you have any questions, please write it down in the comments. Share with us the link to your shops so other people can visit you. And that is all. We'll see you next week, Wednesday.
Yes. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye.